Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM21 Build a Nation story from Bangor City with me, Daniel. It's part 42 today and we are back for probably, and in fact definitely, the biggest game of the save. We have got Sparta Prague in the first knockout round of the Europa Conference. The first knockout round. We've made it through the group stages. We've made it for our first campaign in Europe and we are now playing European football in February. Something that is unheard of for Welsh football. So if you're looking forward to the double header today, the first and second leg against the Czech side, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM21 content from two long-term stories. An absolutely massive episode in the head coach yesterday. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you're up to date with it. If you do want to catch up, that's in the eye above as well as all the other playlists, including our live stream series and the podcast channel too. But a massive thank you for your continued support as we come back to face Sparta Prague. Now, last time out, we won our first trophy of the season. We played in the League Cup final against Cardiff Met Uni. Wasn't hugely convincing, but we did the job. Since then, a 2-0 win away in the Welsh Cup against Kefn Druids, Max Dean with a brace there. A 3-1 win at Connors Quay, Dean, Duffy and Bolton with one each. A 0-0 draw against Carmarthen, not the best game against last year's runners-up. And a 4-1 win against Cardiff Met Uni. Harness, Cottrell, Press and Williams each getting a goal. Today, we're going first team. We're going to rest everyone against Haverfordwest off camera. And then we'll be back for Sparta Prague again. We've got a lower league side in the quarter-final of the Welsh Cup. Against Cardiff Met Uni at the weekend, we did wrap up the title. 2 draws, no defeats, 71 points. And TNS very much on course for second. You can see Carmarthen have made it into the top half. And they're on the chase for third. Which, based on last season, based on the players they've got in their European form, would be great. We'd love them to be able to get towards going pro. Hopefully the finances will allow that. However, a bit closer to home, we've got big problems. Because if we go and have a look at our transfers, you might think, well, there's not really much going on. Why are you worried? Because there isn't much on this page. However, Jimmy Jarrett, the left back, who we had on loan from Norwich, was recalled right at the end of the January window, after that cup final that we played last time, because he wasn't getting enough game time. Now, he played 14 league games for us out of about 21. He played 2 cup games and 9 European games, including all of the group stage matches. How is that not enough football? Now, he's sitting in Norwich's reserves. He's played 2 EFL trophy games and nothing else bar reserve football. I really don't understand why they've done that. So we'll go back in and have a look in the summer, but as it stands, we can't make bids for people. He's not on the loan list anymore. They're still devastated about assigning a lack of Argentinians. So we haven't really got the option to do anything. Amazingly, our manager supports only B, despite our run in the Europa Conference. So there's a few negatives here, but overall things are going well. The finances are great, the club's improving. We've not got a great youth intake, but that's only 1 year. So let's go and get into the big game against Sparta Prague. We of course looked at their greyed out players last time, a bit of a step up from what we're used to this season. A couple of real youngsters aren't great, but I'm sure they won't be featuring today. So let's go and have a look at our lineup. We've gone as strong as we possibly can. Of course, the big concern is Jack Bolton at left back. I'm really worried about that. Owen Toll's not quite fit at centre half. Not really played a lot of games with Badebo either. Ethan Vaughan's back in at right back, just getting up to sharpness after rejoining. Daniel Williams now involved in the squad. He's on the bench for today's game. We'll work towards getting him in later. Cannell's dropped to the bench as well. Cottrell's not quite fit. But we've got Benson, Taylor, Brooks and Cottrell the midfield 4. Duffy and Dean up front. And then a back 5 of Zabret, Vaughan, Toll, Badebo and Bolton. Apologies for doing it in a weird order. The left back is definitely the area of concern. So let's go and get into it. Sparta Prague v Bangor City. And after the away leg first, all we want is to have a slight chance. To not be embarrassed, to be in the tie. And if we can achieve that, the coefficient continues to improve. The finances continue to improve. And this club starts to make real steps in terms of building a nation as well as the club. So interestingly, they have got Karol Jaros in goal, who was the youngster who wasn't very good. Everything else there is very good in their team. They've got a good quality grade outside. But the goalkeeper gives me a cause for optimism. A chance for us perhaps to get shots away and score. They're playing a 4-3-3 as the tablet's on the brink as always. But I'm interested to see what happens here. We're starting positive. We'll keep our eye out. We can drop to balanced if we need to, as Benson puts the ball into the box. Headed away, but Benson should get there again. Goes down the right-hand side. No real options with him. Instead's forced backwards, I believe. Loses out, but Taylor gets there. Recycles well for Toll. The centre-half was going back from that set piece, and in the end he's forced all the way to the keeper. So Brett rolls it out to Badebo there. In the centre circle to Brooks. Doesn't play often in the league now, but for the big games he's always wheeled out. Works incredibly hard as Jake Taylor gets in. What a finish that is. 11th minute of the game. Jake Taylor puts a screamer in. They sat off onto the edge of the box and they just kept dropping and dropping and dropping. And in the end, Jake Taylor takes advantage. 1-0 Bangor City and a crucial away goal perhaps. What a turn up for the books this could be. As Brett brings it out from in goal again. Out to Toll, the centre-half, to Benson. I don't want to get too excited, but if we score a second, there might be pandemonium. As the long ball forward's lost out by Dean. Falls for Ethan Vaughan though, and we look very good here early on. Cottrell over to Dean, he's in one-on-one. Oh, it's a good save, Jaros. Duffy's on the rebound though, and it is 2-0 to Bangor City. What a turn up this is. Sparta Prague 0, Bangor City 2, and with 14 gone, the commentary says it. This is getting embarrassing for the hosts. We certainly didn't expect this from the first 20 minutes. Utter dominance as well. It's the fact that we've had 3 times the shots on target, 3 times the shots, a similar amount of possession. As the ball goes wide to Malley, there's our kryptonite though. Bolton is a big downgrade at left back, as solid as he's been for us. Though Duffy flicks on for Dean from a long clearance. He's in for 3, it's tipped wide. I wasn't sure if the flag was going to go up there, but it looked like it didn't, and we've now got a corner kick. We've still got warnings to close Varga, the skipper, down. They're better players than us on paper. I don't understand how that's happening. But Jake Taylor, he's turned up and been brilliant today. Finds Toll in the middle. Looks solid at the back. I'll just show you the centre forward as an example. It's a clear upgrade on what we've got. 25 years of age. I mean, just look at his stats across the board. They're all sort of championship level at the very worst. And I don't really understand how they're getting beaten so easily here. Is it just the keeper that they've got one back? Jan Rehak on the end of a cross. Good header, no marking. And it's 2-1. And maybe the dream's about to be over. And here they come again. It is a very different side now. They're coming forward at speed. They're creating chances. As Brett comes and gets the header back from Vaughan. Good work from the right back there. And after that little turning of the tide for the last 10, it'd be lovely if we could go up and nick a third now. As Jack Bolton goes up towards Duffy. Flicks on, but no one really there, and it falls for the right back. Into centre-half, long over the top. Bolton can't get there. Badebo's chasing, gets there first. Toll half clears. Falls for Pudil, but it's back out to Malley on the right. Set up the first goal with a good cross, and has done exactly the same there. But Klemecki heads just over. We looked at him, we said he was good. But this time, he can't find the finish. Half-time here in the Czech Republic. It is Sparta Prague 1, Bangor City 2. We've been the better side, we've looked the more threatening. We've had to twice the shots on target over twice the expected goals. And remarkably, we deservedly lead. Can we keep it up for another 45? And can we keep it up in the home leg? They're the big questions remaining. Well, a quarter of the game to go. We've got a couple of physical warnings. The first one is Benson, the holding midfielder. So I'm going to bring on, I think, Williams, because he's a better ball player. We just want to dictate the game a bit more. I'm going to take Cottrell off as well. He'll be replaced by, I want to say Glatzel, but I don't think he's as good in the air, is he? Glatzel he's a good header, he's just very short. Dexter Harness, perhaps? He looks a bit more suited. So we're going to go for Harness in the number 10. We're going to save the last sub because Taylor's a bit tired. Brooks is struggling physically. Then we've got a free kick with Cottrell. It's headed away. And now it's the chance to counter. You know my superstition. We'll cancel those changes. We'll come back to them in a minute. Nemec down the left-hand side. Vaughan, brilliant. That is the most cynical, dirty foul you'll see. It's not the sort of thing I'm normally a fan of. But you've got to admit it's needed sometimes. And on that occasion, we were in big trouble. So he's going to get a yellow card, I presume. Although he might have got away with it there. And with 20 to go, we still lead 2-1. I'm going to drop to balance just so we don't get overrun in the middle. I am going to replace Brooks now with Luca Cannell. And hopefully we can see this out for 15. Because if we can take this back to the race course, albeit not our usual home ground, it'll be a brilliant start to this Europa knockout qualifiers. As the ball goes into Rehak, it's about to change. It's 2-2 in behind. Vaughan's caught out. And unfortunately, although it's still a very good result, although it's still a good performance, it's not quite got the same shine on it. It all looks so promising, but they've dominated the second half. They've come out a different side, and they're in behind again. Nemec gets there, looks offside, goes back to the left back, into the back post, and Sparta Prague are in. The offside flag is up, and we need our blushes to be spared now. Don't forget against Utrecht, for the first ever time, we saw one of these stand after VAR. So let's see what happens. We're listening to it, it's offside. Goal disallowed, 2-2. 2 minutes to go, and we've got to hold on for a brilliant result. This means we win the home leg, we've won it. And with 3 minutes of stoppage time played, we would have taken this at the start of the day. We're disappointed because of the start we had. It is Sparta Prague 2, Bangor City 2. And that is absolutely stunning. These boys continue to defy the odds. They continue to be brilliant. And after a stuttering start in this save for the first 3 or 4 years, we have really come to the party. We'll go and play Haverfordwest off camera, the easiest game of the mid-season split. We're going to play all the reserves, rotate the full 11, and we'll be back in a moment for the second leg. Can we make it through? It could well be a very special night for Bangor. We are back for the second leg. It is a massive game. I've got to be honest, when I started this episode, I didn't expect us to still be in it. So the fact we're here is a lovely, pleasant surprise, but it does put more tension and pressure on it than we expected. We won our weekend game 3-0 against Haverfordwest. Late goals from a Harness Brace and Paul Glatzel after a late red card in the first half for Haverfordwest. They actually matched us pretty much till that point. But we did well. Just the 11 changes in that one, keeping everybody fresh. And we'll be trying to do the same again today. The assistant's only recommending 8. So which ones is he missing? He's put Jake Taylor at left back. That's bizarre. Shows how little faith in Bolton they have. But Taylor will come in centre mid, as will Ian Brooks. Cottrell up front is definitely not Glatzel and Harness. It's Dean and Duffy. They are the superstars. They've got over 60 goals between them. Why would you not pick them after that? The only other question we've got then is Ethan Vaughan as a right back or Jack Hankin, who's doing well. He's man of the match again last week and he's starting to improve yet further. So I think we're going to go for him this time. It might well backfire, but the goals came through Vaughan's side in the first leg. We've got to watch out for it. Very rarely do I put a goalkeeper on the bench, but this is one of those big games where we cannot afford to be without. So that's what we've gone for, the 11 and 18. It's as you'd expect really. Bar Hankin coming in at right back is exactly the same as the first leg. And I'm hopeful it's going to get us through in Europe. A massive tie, a massive opportunity. And will this episode finish with another big European draw? 10 changes made, we discussed Hankin staying in. And let's see how we do at home to Sparta Prague. We've got the 2 away goals. A draw should get us through. But let me know in the comments what you think will happen. We're going to tell the lads to prove a point. We'll get into the first half. It's Bangor City v Sparta Prague. And at 2-2, it's all to play for. Well, a unique setup for our visitors today. Formation-wise at least. And they've gone 1 up straight away. They're playing 4 central midfielders. But 2 holding, 2 centre mids, no number 10s. And they've scored from the first set piece. That is not what we wanted. And this has been a problem in Europe for us quite a bit in this save. I know we've only been in there 3 seasons out of 5. But we've managed to get into positions quite often where we find ourselves doing well in the away leg and struggling more at home. And it seems to be the case again here. Half an hour gone. That's been the only shot on target of the whole match. So we're going to demand more as Jack Hankin comes forward. Don't forget, a 1-1 draw would get us through on away goals. But as it stands, it's the visitors who look more likely to get another. As Rehat comes down the left-hand side, into the box unopposed. Beats Toll, beats Badebo, and it's blocked off the line. Cottrell brings away. Surely a foul there. Got to be a yellow. Cynical challenge, gets away with it. And we've got a throw on the right again with Jack Hankin. Takes it into Max Dean, loses out again. Taylor plays a 1-2 with Cottrell to Hankin. Into Brooks, to Cottrell. It only takes one bit of magic, and Max Dean was found by Cottrell there. He takes it on his weak foot, it's just wide of the post. And that really should have been 1-1. We're not out of this game yet, we're doing okay. But I wonder if dropping to balanced helps us, because the way they're sitting, it does make it harder. As Duffy plays off the left again. Into Benson in central midfield. Finds Taylor, turns out wide, he's got Jack Hankin there. Having a good game on this side. Not caused any problems yet. Though Hankin gets it into Dean. Plays a 1-2. To Cottrell. Can we get some magic out of him? Not quite match fit yet. Hankin back to Taylor. Benson's there again. Just need that right through ball. It's out to Bolton on the left hand side and he's got 2 down the line. Instead switches it to Hankin. Through ball to Dean. This is the one. Max Dean puts it in. 1-1 to Bangor City. It's 3-3 on aggregate. And it looks like we are going through. You might say, why am I saying 1-1 to Bangor City? Because if this gets us through on away goals, my word, it's 1-1 to Bangor City. There is no lose situation here. We're going to drop to balance. We're going to be a bit more disciplined. But with 1 shot on target each, we've both scored. Now, if we don't concede a second away goal, we are through regardless. If we do, A draw takes us to extra time, a win takes us through. It's about to get very tense. The best player on the pitch is Jack Hankin. The two centre midfielders have been awful, so we're going to bring on Cannell and Williams for them. Pretty much like for like in terms of quality. Duffy's been poor as well, so Glatzel on for him. And with 25 to go, we've not really weakened the side, but we've got to hang on. This is absolutely crucial. The difference an extra round can make in Europe, the difference this can make to the nation, just like when Carmarthen got through 3 qualifiers, the difference it can make is huge. There have been no shots on target in the second half, and we've got a throw on the right with Hankin. If we score here, even if we concede, we're going to extra time. As Cottrell gets it on the right, delivers in, Cannell's there, he scored! Luca Cannell! And now surely we're not going out in 90 minutes. Even if Sparta Prague score, they're only getting to extra time now. But we've got to prevent that. We've gone balanced at half time and we've given the ball away from a throw-in. Rahak's got it on the left. Chance to cross. Oh, it's awful. Zabret makes a stunning save. Absolutely superb goalkeeping. But Jack Hankin, for as well as he's done today, that might be one of the worst throw-ins I've ever seen. As Malley's ball in is cleared by Bolton. Big hoof downfield to Glatzel. Flicks on towards Dean, who doesn't quite get there. And I tell you what, a third goal now, and we can definitely start to celebrate. We're in towards stoppage time. I'm going to drop the wing-backs to defence. There is absolutely no need for them to be up the pitch now. In fact, we're going to put them as full-backs on defend, because we want them sitting in their own half, giving nothing away. Aside from that, we'll keep it as it is. Into 4 minutes of stoppage time. We're going to go to the instructions. We're going to time waste. We're going to be more disciplined. We're going to slow it down. We're going to do all the old classics because we have got 4 minutes to hang on. And if we manage to do that, we will be through to the last 16 of the Europa Conference round. And we've done it. That is an absolutely stunning effort. Who saw this coming at the start of the episode? Because I certainly didn't. And we get to finish this one now with a draw for the last 16. I didn't see it coming. The coefficient continues to improve. And we are single-handedly putting Welsh football on the map. We'll be back in a minute for the draw. Some of the big boys are out as well. The likes of Holders Dinamo Kiev, the likes of Marseille have lost out. And although any side we play here is going to be a big one, it's a real opportunity. Can we get a massive side or can we get a winnable tie? Let's go and find out. I'll see you in a minute. Here we go then. We finish off with this. The second knockout round draw. Teams such as Borussia Mönchengladbach, Fiorentina and Bangor City. Given where we were 2 years ago, throwing away the Welsh Premier League title by 15-20 points, to get to the top of the nation, to be invincible and to get this far in Europe is some achievement. There's some brilliant other sides in there, Besiktas, CSKA Moscow. There's still 1 or 2 little winnable ties. We played okay away at Utrecht, albeit they beat us at home. I'm looking at the Norwegians, Bodo Glimt there. They might be a side we fancy, but aside from that, it's largely big teams. So let's just go and see. Maybe we get a massive tie and we get to enjoy it. Let's find out. We're first out the hat. So we're not going to have to wait long, and it doesn't narrow down the potential opposition at all. I'm looking at it, and although it would be nice to go through more rounds, I'm thinking, what if we get a Feyenoord, Gladbach, Fiorentina? What if we get one of those? Celta Vigo even. It could be incredible. If we get the winnable tie though, we'll take it. Let's see who we get with Bangor City. At home first leg, we know that for sure. We will be facing... The suspense is getting me. It's taking its time just to make it a bit more tense for us. We're waiting to find out. Oh, that's disappointing. That really is disappointing. We get the side we've already faced, Utrecht. We got beat by them comfortably at home. We were probably unfortunate to lose away. But they are a decent side. It's going to provide stiff opposition, of course. The likes of Gini Wijnaldum, Timu Pukki playing there. But it is a shame it's not new opposition. So let's get through the rest of the draw. A few other big ties in there. The likes of Besiktas v Gladbach. Fiorentina and Feyenoord. Arguably two of the biggest sides drawing each other there. But it's an opportunity again. It's a side that didn't blow us away in the group stages despite beating us. And it of course tells us when our next episode's going to be. There's no thought about what it might be. We're going to play the Cup quarter final off camera. A full reserve team for that one. And we will be back in just 6 days' time in game as we face Utrecht for the 3rd and 4th time this season. But on this occasion, it's the last 16 in Europe. So if you're looking forward to that, you did enjoy the brilliant performance against Sparta Prague, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM21 content from 2 long-term stories. Let me know how on earth this has happened, considering we lost Jimmy Jarrett, one of our best players. considering we've had other players struggling for form, Glatzel not scoring till the Haverfordwest game. How have we got to this position? A stunning achievement, a really enjoyable save. If you've missed any of the action from this one or the other series, the playlists are in the eye above. A big episode in yesterday's Head Coach, 2 live streams a week to keep coming from Dundee United, and a link to the podcast channel too with loads of football content. And we can't thank you enough for your support with that one too. But a big thanks for watching, for continuing to follow the series. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you next time for more European football as we face familiar opposition in the last 16. I'll see you there.